Assalamu alaikum, Harunefer. This is Gasak Maya Keperu with another video for you. In this video, I want to talk about how you should be doing your oracle readings. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. Hit that like button. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. And we also have free ebooks for you that can take you deeper down the rabbit hole to give you more information on oracle readings and spiritual culture, or specifically the Kemetic spiritual philosophy. Just scroll down below and click on those links, and you can download those ebooks right away and start reading them. Lastly, if you're not already a supporter of ours on Patreon, you can do so for as little as $1, $5, $20 per month. You get exclusive access to instructional videos on how to do oracle readings, how to invoke spirits. We have Qigong videos on there. We have videos on self-hypnosis to get rid of negative habits. And we have videos on communicating with the ancestors. So much good stuff. So become a Patreon supporter. You can cancel at any time. Lastly, but not least, please share this video with family and friends so we can get this revolution started. So at Tapu, I want to really talk about what readings you should be doing in your life with the oracles. And specifically, we're really talking about the Oracle of Tahuti and the I-ching, the Book of the Way, or it's the Tao, the Chinese oracle system. The Meduniter is an oracle system that comes strictly out of the Kemetic philosophy, so you want to really get a hold on that. And the best way to do that is to study the story of Asar and Aset, or the Assyrian drama, because that oracle, the Meduniter, or we call it the Great Oracle of Tahuti, really relates to that whole story. And it also corresponds to the Kemetic tree of life with all of the deities and everything. So let's get into this, all right? One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because I know people, when they come to me and have discussions with my person, I realize that they are not really doing the readings that they should be to guide them in their lives. And this is okay, I understand that, because you spent the majority of your life using your mind, which really is the lower mind, the lower aspect of you, your left brain, making the decisions. Now someone comes along and says, forego that. Now start to rely on this tool to communicate with God to get insight on what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And for a lot of people, it's very difficult to give up that control in their lives and really just follow the oracles. And I think there was Confucius, one of the great sages of the Chinese culture, when he was studying the I-ching oracle, they asked him, what would you do differently in your life? He said, I would go back and start studying the I-ching earlier and obey every reading that came out. So it's very interesting what he was saying there. Now, what we tend to talk about is when you do your readings and you're given consultation by God, Neter, Nebecher, you have a free will, meaning that you don't have to follow the oracle reading. We tend to say you should follow the readings that are the bigger readings that govern really important things in your life, like marriage and finances and things of that nature. There are smaller readings where you can get away with not following the oracle, but it is the word of God. It is out there for your benefit. It's trying to help you. God is not going to put you into difficult situations so God can sit back and laugh and say, hey, boy, you really messed up. God always has your best interests at heart. And we must also keep that in mind, that the oracle, you're not speaking with the oracle itself. You're speaking, it is a means to communicate with God. It's a tool. It's like picking up the phone and having a hotline to God, the bat phone. You have to come to a certain level of respect. And part of being a spiritual person, if you decide to take that path, is understanding that if you're going to go on this endeavor or this journey, that you want to do it the best way possible. And the best way possible is to do your readings. And I know a lot of you out there are into spiritual culture, but the thing that you're really failing at is doing your readings. This is very, very important, because it's a difference between having life kick your butt and going through life with a lot less trials and tribulations. You understand what I'm saying? When I wasn't even in the priesthood, I was getting my butt kicked. Then when the oracles were brought to me and I saw the power behind them, I was just like firmly committed to obeying the word of God and doing my readings on important decisions and making sure I follow through with them, because I got tired of bumping my head against the wall. I got tired of making incorrect decisions. You see, there's two aspects to your mind. There's a lower mind and there's a higher mind. The lower mind is the animal spirit, the Sahu nature within you. And that Sahu nature, the animal spirits, dictates your actions based on emotions. It pushes you toward things that bring you pleasure and pushes you away from things that bring you pain. And sometimes you may need to go in a direction where something may bring you pain because it's going to make you grow. You can't run from things in your life. One of the things that the Chinese oracle, the i-ching, says is the book of changes. So what that means is you must understand that the oracle is getting you or trying to get you to change, to adapt to a situation so that you can become successful in that situation. When life comes calling, there's that knock on the door, and who answers that door depends on whether or not you're successful. If the great Maduna oracle tells you that you need to be ma'at in this situation, and there's a knock on that door, and you're Haruka Huti, you're not in alignment, you're out of balance. So things won't go well for you. So it is best that you align to the energies and the patterns and the ways of things rather than fight against it. And to do that and to be successful, we have a way to understand the fabric of reality, how energies work, how they're manipulated. And that is through the oracle systems that reveal it to us, the substructure of reality. So I want to talk today about the type of readings that you should be doing. It's very important that you consider this. Too many people I see, they automatically just do basic reading and then they're done. You should be doing readings on a daily basis. So again, we're talking about the Great Oracle of Tahuti and the I-ching. Those are the two oracles you should be working with. And each oracle speaks to a situation from a certain perspective. The Great Oracle of Tahuti speaks to you about understanding the fabric of reality, how it works, how to manipulate it. The I-ching oracle is there to spiritually evolve you and take you to a higher level, spiritually, make you into a sage. Basically, that's its goal. And then you have other oracles out there like the tarot, the Ifa, and those oracles are good, but they're based on prediction outcomes, probabilities. Now, that's another video, but they're legitimate and you can work with them. But for our purposes here, we want two things. We want the oracle to give us advice or counsel on how to deal with a situation and be successful, and also to give us a prediction of a possible outcome so that we know what we're headed for. Very important. Now, the main reading that you should be doing, the first reading of any reading, has to be your destiny reading. This reading is basically saying, why are you here on earth? What were you brought here to accomplish? Because that destiny reading is going to tell you where you're going to have a smooth ride at or where you're going to have challenges at. If you have a destiny reading, such as a Heteru reading, that could indicate you're going to have problems with relationships. You're not bringing enough joy to relationships. You're not bringing enough harmony to relationships. And it's going to be a current trend. You're going to see that theme play out over and over and over again. So your destiny reading is the most important reading that you should do right out the gate. And I hope you can read this. I know it's probably tiny print. The next thing we tend to do is a yearly reading. What's coming up for the year? When I did my reading for 2020, I saw challenges there, but I didn't realize that challenges were not just pertaining to me, but it would be pertaining to the world with COVID-19. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm going to go through personally a challenging year, not realizing it would affect everybody else. The next thing is a month reading. You could do a reading for the upcoming month to find out what you're going to encounter. And that's a very good reading, because I could tell you if you're heading for financial troubles, if you're heading for problems at work, problems with friends, sickness, anything. And the one thing you want to do, and I'll get this, is you keep a book of charms. You write down your readings, and you always refer back to them because they're key learnings to take away. And the more readings you do, and the more you review them, the more proficient you become as a diviner. All right, next thing. A career reading. What career should you pursue? Is the career you're in now the career you're meant to be in? That's a very important reading, because some of us tend to jump into things blinded because we think that we have an attachment to something. And this goes into the other part where I was talking about the lower mind. The higher mind is the higher aspect of you, the divine being. That higher mind, when you tap into it, is an oracle, and it can see 20 years down the road. It can see the past, present, and future, all collapsed into a singularity. So you want to get to a point where you're operating from the higher mind, not the lower mind. Your destiny reading comes out of a higher mind, because you made an agreement with Tahuti at the judgment scene, at the judgment hall, the hall of Ma'ati. And you agreed to come to earth to pursue a particular destiny. And sometimes that agreement may not be to your liking. You could have made an agreement that says you're going to be reincarnated into this existence, poor, destitute. Your higher mind made that agreement because it knows it needs to learn something spiritually from this. Your lower mind, which is the animal spirit controlled by the animal, would never make such an agreement. This is why the true essence of who you are, consciousness, makes the agreement with Tahuti, Thoth, or Hermes. Hermes, Tahuti, is your consciousness. Okay, let's go on. Next thing you want is any businesses you may want to get involved in. Are you going to be an entrepreneur? Are you going to jump into a business? Is it the right business for you? Are you going to make money from it? There's so many business gurus out there and con artists, so many con artists out there trying to take your money. You need to be doing readings on those guys before you invest any money with them, any money and time. So-and-so says they're going to put a black school together. So-and-so says they're going to do real estate. Give me $500 and we can rebuild this and that. We can rebuild the community. We can do that. How do you know they're sincere? How do you know they even know what they're talking about? You do the business reading. And the oracle will tell you whether you should be involved in that business venture or not. Save you a lot of heartache and money. A relationship reading. This is very important. You're going to get involved with somebody. How do you know they're going to be faithful 10 years down the road? You don't know, because you're operating out of the lower mind. But if you're operating out the higher mind, you're an oracle. You can see that 10 years from now, they're going to get they're going to have substance abuse. And they're going to start stealing things to pay for their drug habit. You could never see that. You could never predict that. The oracle could. The oracle could tell you, don't marry this person. They're going to cheat on you. They're not really committed to the relationship. They're only in it for the immediate emotional gratification. But later on, they're not going to be committed to having a family with you or staying faithful. So it's very important. And we don't do relationship readings after we get into a relationship. That's doing it backwards. The next thing is a doctor. You need a physician, do a reading on them. Don't just go to a doctor because someone said they're good or this or that. Do the reading. The oracle will tell you if this person will diagnose you correctly or be very attentive to you and your needs and give you the help that you need. Another reading is location to live. A lot of the troubles that we have come from the fact that we're just in a bad location. We shouldn't be in that state. Taxes are high in that state. Property is high. Rent is high. So maybe if you move to a better state or even overseas, you'll have what we call the netchum, a sweet life. So you need to do a reading with the oracle and say, should I live in New York? Should I live in LA? Should I live in Chicago? Should I live in Hawaii? I had a friend who was very excited and wanted me to move with him to Hawaii, get a place out there. Beautiful in Hawaii, right? But very, very expensive. I did the reading. Reading says, Kasant, don't you go to Hawaii. No, it's not going to be good for you. And I told him, I said, listen, thank you for the offer, but I'm not going to go. He got upset. He was angry. I don't care. The word of God said I would not do well in Hawaii, so I didn't go. All right? Any mundane ventures or things that you do. And what I mean by that is a mundane thing could be, I'm sick. Should I go to work tomorrow knowing I'm feeling ill? I don't know if this thing will get better by tomorrow or not. Or maybe it will get better, but come noon, it'll come back at me and I'll be sick. Ask the oracle, should I go to work tomorrow? I'm not feeling well. Should I do that? And the oracle will reveal what you should do. It also makes sure it protects you in your job so you don't get fired for calling in sick. It's always going to give you the best advice. Next thing, kind of relates to the business partnerships, like relationships. If you're going to partner with somebody, you got to darn well make sure that that partnership is going to be something that lasts and you guys see eye to eye. A lot of people started out in business ventures together and the money tore them apart. So you want to make sure if you're going to do a business venture with somebody that the oracle sanctions it. Also health. Do periodic readings on your health. Is it a vegan lifestyle for you? Should you be eating meat? You know, ask the oracle these things. Go to the oracle for that. Anything financial, dealing with your finances. Should you invest in the stock market? Should you invest in CDs? Should you have a nest egg? Go to the oracle and ask the oracle these questions. Should you go and invest your money in pork bellies? You know, what have you? Ask the oracle what you should do. And it's always going to give you the best advice. And the word of advice on that too is many people try to use the oracle for immoral purposes. The oracle is not going to give you information that's going to be to the detriment of somebody else or give you an unfair advantage. So don't think you can use oracle and find out what stocks are going to be rising and falling. The oracle's not going to do that. It's not going to tell you that information because it doesn't favor any one person. God is not favoring you over another person. You'll notice that when you do readings on your relationship, your partnerships, it's not geared toward telling you if you were right and they were wrong. It's only telling you how to bring balance back into the situation. God's not going to play that game of, oh, yes, you were right. You are a certified victim and they did wrong. And no, God's not going to get into that. God's going to say, you got to do this, this, and this to make the situation better. All right. Next thing is any major purchases. You know, many of us want to get better things in life. You may want a car. You may want a home. Do a reading on if this is the right time for you to be investing in these things or making these purchases. You know, things may seem okay now, but in 30 days, the second wave of COVID-19 hits and jobs are scarce and businesses are closing again. So go to the oracle and say, should you buy that car? And one the great thing about the oracle is it'll tell you if you're going to get a lemon. You know, you always have those little slick car salesmen that make the offer seem so great, but the oracle will tell you that car is garbage. That home is haunted. And I kid you not. That home's got problems with the pipes. And the realtor didn't tell you, but the oracle will tell you. It'll say, steer away from purchasing that home. Last thing, any vacations? You want to take a vacation? You want to take a trip? Is this the right time for that? Ask the oracle. Should you go to the Bahamas? Should you go to Dominican Republic? Should you go to Hawaii? Ask the oracle. It's going to let you know. Where are the best vacation destinations? Well, you can go to a travel agent and they're going to tell you, they're going to hype something up. But do a reading with the oracle and say, if I were to go to Poland, would I have a great time? And the oracle will let you know. And you may have never been to Poland. Don't know anybody there. But because you're going and doing the readings, hey, is Poland good? Is Germany good? Is Colombia good? Ask the oracle, it'll tell you. So there are many more readings you can do, but this is just an overview of some of the readings that you should be doing to make your life more comfortable so you can stop banging your head against the wall using your lower mind, which is controlled by the emotions, the animal spirit. Remember, your goal is to transcend emotionalism. So you are the king, you are the queen, you are the one in control. And your emotions aren't dictating what to do. Because leading a life where your emotions are in control is giving up your power as a divine being. And you're always going to have luck that's up and down, because you're not centered. This is why Osiris is seen as a mummy, because he's centered. He's not influenced by emotions. He is in control of his emotions. His emotions don't dictate anything to him. That is why in the judgment hall, he is the judge, because only someone who's transcended their emotions should be in that seat to judge others or to pass judgment. Unfortunately, in our Western world, many judges have prejudices, their own emotional hangups, and they shouldn't be in that seat of power because they have not learned to transcend their emotions. So I could go on and start naming a whole bunch of other stuff, but these are the key items you should be focused on, and doing your readings periodically and keeping your book of charms and writing them down. And I guarantee you, after a while, if you're doing your readings consistently and you're keeping them, a record of them, you're going to see patterns. You're going to know that you have certain hangups that keep cropping up in the readings. You know, for example, I know myself, I get the 20th hexagram, which is the tower. And that's the higher mind. I get that a lot in my readings because that's an issue I personally face and I need to deal with and I need to transcend. One more last important reading is the afterlife. You can go to the reading, or the oracle, I should say, and ask, what's my afterlife going to be if I pass on? Will it be a smooth transition or will it be turbulent? And the oracle will tell you. Because remember, you're storing information, your consciousness, and you're having an experience. And that experience is getting stored in your consciousness. And when you pass on, your will be disabled. So you will not be able to filter out all of those things that you have recorded, and they will come at you. And if you have lived a life where you're centered and your emotions weren't in control, those things that come after you and they take the form of hideous creatures and entities will not harm you or affect you. But if you live that life of allowing emotions to control you, they will terrorize you in the afterlife, in purgatory. So do a check, a quality check, and say, God, what's my afterlife going to be like? And it may be shocking, maybe shocking enough to get you to lead a straight and narrow path now. You know what I mean? To start listening to the oracles more often and following the oracles. So lastly, I want to say that if you're interested in getting an oracle reading, I'm here to help you. You can sign up at my website. The link is in the description box to get your readings done. If you want to save a little money, join us, become a Patreon supporter. As a Patreon supporter and a SARE level supporter, you'll get your readings done for free as long as you are a Sarian supporter. So that's something to think about. Or get yourself the Meduna Tarot Oracle and the I-ching Oracle and start doing your readings. Feel free to email me if you need help with interpretations. I'm always willing and able to help those. And you'll learn so much working with somebody and someone guiding you and helping you to interpret the readings. Because as an initiate, which is what you are, it's very challenging at first when you're reading the oracles. For example, the I-ching Oracle is based on Chinese philosophy. So you're going to see a lot of analogies to earth, water, the 5 elements. And it's going to talk about the different dynasties in China and maybe seem convoluted and complicated to you. So you need somebody to help you interpret that. As well as with the Meduna Tarot Oracle deals with the deities and how they are positioned on the tree of life. And if you're not acquainted with each deity and what they correspond with in life, it can be complicated and difficult to interpret as to what it's trying to tell you. So you need to work with somebody to guide you through that. And in so doing, you're going to learn a lot, and you'll be able to start doing readings on your own, and hopefully get to a point where you will be of service to other people in your family and in your community, where they can come to you and ask for you to do a reading for them to help them. And believe me, it's a great feeling when you do the first reading for someone who's a friend or family member, and things unfold as the reading had said. They're going to love you. I had a friend, she's a college professor, and she was trying to go for a raise. And I did a reading for her, and I said, yeah, if you go for it, you will get that raise. And she did. And she was so happy. So, you know, that's how things have to proceed with, you know. She could have been afraid and said, well, I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm not going to ask for a raise, which could put my job in jeopardy. But the oracle says, no, if you go and ask that raise, you will get it. So she took comfort knowing, and she trusted me with the oracle, and she went for it. She got it. So think about this. Start on that journey. Start doing your readings, and watch your quality of life improve dramatically. And you'll start to live a magical life. This is Kasank Ma Keperu, son of Ma'at and Tahuti. My aunt is the beautiful goddess Heteru. Until my next video, Amen Ra.